Everyone. I just got a comment from David Bull, and this is what his comment says. I've just got your book. I only started with two stock pair in December of 2017 and raised two pigeons for 2 seasons. I'm sure this book will help me a lot. David, you're the perfect kind of flyer. When I raced up in New York, only won one or two races up there, but I didn't have many pigeons. And I did very well. At that time, my brother and I won a hell of a lot of money. We won the board every week. You're perfect because you don't have a lot of pigeons. And you're kind of new. 2 years into pigeons. That book is going to help you enormously. I promise you. I know it for a fact. All you have to do is follow it. That's all you have to do. You could take one or two pigeons and train them really hard and get them to come out of the basket when they're on the transporter and come directly home. Now, Mo flies in England. You also fly in England. He's followed the book. And you know he went from a novice flyer to a champion flyer within 1 year. I'm telling you, if you follow that book, you're going to do fantastic. You might need a few more birds because of hawks and things like that, but not that many. You're on the right path. Somehow we're going to get together, Dave. We're going to find a way to communicate. And I'm going to do all I can to help you. You're the perfect kind of flyer. You guys that bought the book, these videos that I put up are to really make you do well, get your birds healthy, understand them. But when you buy the book, you learn when they're ready to race and how to get them ready to do really well. I'm not going to say you're going to win. There's a lot of variables with winning. But what I am saying is you're going to be very, very competitive with a few pigeons. Dave, we'll find a way to get together. I promise you. I look forward to speaking with you or emailing you, whatever we do. And I truly hope that you follow the instructions in that book because it will get your pigeons to come out of the basket and come directly home. Thank you for purchasing the book. To everyone else, thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, and I guess that's it. Second video of the day. But I'm making this video for Francisco. He says he doesn't get enough. But I'm not going to talk about racing pigeons in this video. I'm going to talk about tiplets. I had a lot of tiplets in New York. They used to fly pretty well, good flying birds. And they were pretty. They were really pretty tiplets. What I started to do with them tiplets, instead of letting them out to the normal door up on top, I started to chase them out the door. They would have to go out the door. I would chase them. Before long, they knew how to go out the door. In the morning or afternoon, whenever I let them out, I began to close that door a little more and a little more until I only had it that wide, and I used to chase them out that door. Some of them, not all of them, when I opened the door, I used to fly over my head to get out. The second thing I did is I had a landing board on that coop and buck bars too. I began to feed the pigeons outside the loft on the landing board, but they had to come out through the trap. Didn't take them long. They got hungry. Some of them I had to push out, but eventually they learned to come out on the landing board to eat. Many times I had the cage over them. They couldn't fly, but they had to come out to eat. After a while, I dropped one buck bar down. Now they had to squeeze out to come out. The triplets are small, wasn't a problem for them. They would come out. After a while, you don't hear the helicopter, I put the second buck bar down. Now they had to learn how to flip the bucks. And they did. They learned it. They can get out. Like I said, they're small. They can flip them. Birds were hungry. And they would come out through the buck bars. The third thing I did, I grabbed about 20 of them. I started to train them. I got them out pretty far. I got them out about 10 miles. A lot of training, but it wasn't hard. They used to have an auction every Sunday at the pet shop auction. Guys would bring their birds and sell them. Now, I didn't take them to the auction. I went there Friday evening, and I told Frank Oliveri, he owned the pet shop. I told Frank, don't send these to the chicken market. You normally give me like $2 a piece, give me $1 each, but don't send them to the chicken market. He said, okay. And I said, and don't tell them who brought the birds in. And he looked at me kind of strange, but that was pretty good. He took the birds. By Sunday, when I went to the pet shop, most of them were gone. They were gone. In fact, I had gotten a couple home on Saturday. The following week, I took some birds back. I sold them again. The following week, when I went there, some of them birds were in the screen that I had sold. I would think it was a Saturday night I sold them, but they were still in the screen. One guy walks in, and he says to Frank, who brought that bird in? Frank said, I don't know, my wife picked them up, or something like that. Frank said, why? He said, somebody stole that bird out of my coop. Frank says, what do you mean they stole the bird? He said, well, I put it in the coop. I went inside and made a cup of tea, whatever. When I come out, it was gone. Got out through the buck bars. Another guy comes in, says, show them tiplets you sold me to Frank. He said, you open the door and they fly out over your head. I got them home too. Now, you can have fun with pigeons. A little bit of training, teach them how to come out the door, teach them to flip buck bars. You can have fun with your tiplets. And you can make a few dollars too. Pays for the feed. But anyway, friends, let's go. That's my funny story of the day. And thank you. My mother really did call me Danny Boy. I missed that sound. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. Check the channel. There's a lot of information on that channel. And thank you for watching.